Alright YouTube, this is Gother. It's been a while since I put a video out. I've actually moved back to Iowa. I think the last video I put out, I did mention that I was moving back to Iowa. Since I've moved back to Iowa, there's a lot that's happened. Let's see, the last video I would have put out was probably early January, so it's been almost 8 months or so. 9 months-ish, whatever. But, I had moved to Davenport. Hadn't put any videos out there. I was checking out LiveMe. I did that for a little bit. I didn't really much care for it. So, I went ahead and, just quit that. Well, after me and my ex now broke up, we had huge fight, and so I ended up moving back in with my parents yet again. Twice in 1 year. Go me, right? But enough about my social life there. The reason I brought up YouTube today and was recording today is I'm actually going to be starting my forge sometime soon. I've got, let's see if we can get enough light in the shed here. And probably not, so sorry about the sun if it's too bright. And we might be able to get enough light. Alright, so we've got this 55-gallon drum. I'm going to be cutting the top off, lining that with refractory cement, and of course the door's closing. Stay open so I've got light. Stay open. Alright, so I'm going to line that with refractory cement, be able to pump in propane, because I've also got a propane tank. So I need to get the connections, need to line that with refractory cement, do a couple test runs, but I may already have a lead on a possible order. So I was out, today's Tuesday, I was out on Saturday, and just chilling around Davenport, which I had just moved back from. I was chilling around Davenport and went to the North Park Mall. If you guys ever are in Davenport, or if you live in Davenport, live anywhere near it, check it out. Davenport, Iowa. I went to the North Park Mall, and deep in the mall, there's a place called Live Action Games. Definitely check it out. It is amazing. They have escape rooms. They have throwing ranges. They say they do a whole bunch of other stuff. They do like hatchet throwing tournaments. Awesome. First time I've ever thrown a hatchet, and I actually got a couple bullseyes. If I have the opportunity to change the image for this video, I will make that my bullseye. I gotten a couple bullseyes, and like I said, first time throwing a hatchet. You pay $13 for a half hour. Very reasonable price, I say. So there's that. But then Sunday, I got bored, and so what am I leaning on right now but my new workbench? I built this on Sunday. I just finished putting in the base supports down here. This is actually from an old bed frame that I had, and so that's why some of the pieces have notches and stuff already cut into them, blah blah blah. But I just finished this up today. Still got a couple more moves. I'm gonna be taking, what size is this again? Anyways, I'm gonna be taking and drilling holes in the in this back support here, and that's where I'm gonna be putting my screwdrivers and stuff like that. I might also invest in some D-clamps. These are actually my dad's. Like I said, living at home. I know, 23, living at home. I'm such a loser, right? But I'm probably gonna get some D-clamps, be able to have those. But this is gonna be my first starting workbench. Like I said, made it myself. This is all by hand. Measured it myself, and this tape measure sucks, by the way. It doesn't even have 1/16 of an inch. But also didn't have a table saw, didn't have a miter saw, anything like that. I was using a handheld circular saw for all of this. So the fact that it turned out as good as it did, I'm actually happy. It does have some little problems with it, but you know, first bench, and I didn't have really any of the proper tools to do it, so I'm happy with it. Let me walk you through it, which is the reason I actually got you on the video today. So what I did was these right here were actually part of the board, part of the legs. It was a lofted bed. Trying to think of this is one of the side rails to the bed right here. This was what the mattress had, little slats that went across. Here, let me, you can probably see kind of the lighter spots here, and these dark spots were open. Well, that was there were slats that went across that. Those slats were what you see here on the tabletop, and so I dismantled the entire loft. It was tall enough you could stand up underneath of it, because like I said, this is, well, maybe not tall enough, not anymore. I had it when I was younger, but this is where those slats would, this is where that cross member sat, and then the slats went across. So I've got those ones, these two in the back, and then these two in the front are actually the bottom halves of them. And then these right here, these base supports, they were actually the top section of these. So I've got that for the legs. Like I said, these are the slats that went across. These were actually steps. I had steps on both ends of the bed because reasons. I don't really, what was it exactly? When I just gotten over my broken shoulder. I don't know if you guys can see, I've got still little marks in my arm from the pins being taken out. I had just gotten over my broken shoulder, and first thing I decided to do, fall out of a lofted bed. Almost landed on a deer antler and killed myself. So we cleaned up a little bit after that. But so trying to think what else. But I should really write down what I kind of want to talk about during a video. Remind me to do that. In the comments, please remind me to do that. Anyways, these were actually the bottom. These would go at the bottom right down here. You can see the matching holes here and here. And so those would go at the bottom, and they would just hold the base of it together. Like I said, the top had those slats, and what else did it have? I think that was it. That, and then it had these cross members that went across, and like I said, these were some of the steps. I'm trying to remember what happened to the other ones. Oh, that's right. The other ones were made into more bottom supports. When I was still in Nebraska, I had the idea, I had my own bed now, and I was going to be moving back. It was a queen size. I didn't need a twin size bed frame anymore. I'm a grown man, okay? Darn those Sims. Alright, little nature buggies biting me. But, so I asked my parents, was there anything they wanted this frame for? My dad was like, no. We're grown adults. You think we need a twin size bed frame? I was like, yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I was like, do you guys mind? Because obviously, technically theirs. Do you guys mind if I turn it into a workbench? My dad was like, no. He goes, where are you going to put it? I was like, I don't know yet. Well, after having received word on Saturday that, the live action games, they might be looking for someone to be building tomahawks for them. Which I would be more than happy to do if I can get my forge up and going. Well, after that, I went ahead and talked to my Uncle Richard, who owns a farm not even 10 miles out of town here. So, darn nature buggies. But I talked to him to see if I could, borrow some space in one of his sheds. he goes, yeah, we could probably find you a space. I was like, alright, cool. So, the next day, that was Saturday, so the next day I set this up. I still need to put supports under the top here. That might be what happens next. Find more. Probably gonna make it out of those cross members. Okay, but yeah. Next, I'm going to be taking the rest of the slats, because I think there's 3 or 4 left, and I think I'm just gonna stack those down the front. So that way we've got that covered. It doesn't need to be done, but I'd like it to be. Other than that, or maybe I should put them in the back. I've already got 2 boards sticking out the back. Yeah, let's put them in the back. It'd be easier. Let's put them in the back. But little features about this that I set up, that kind of just happened upon. I'm too dumb to actually think of these things beforehand. I put in little, well, again, just happened upon them. I'm too dumb to actually think of these things beforehand. There are holes in the side, and I figured, you know what, let's use those for like extension cords and stuff like that, because my uncle's shed does not have electricity in the corner he's offering me, so I'd have to get like a power strip and extension cord and all that, which I got no problem. But so we've got that. Let me kind of walk you through basically what you need. So, what we've got, what it was originally consisted of, it consisted of 4 6-foot tall 4x4s. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, so on. And there are plenty of, what is that, a 1x4? That's a 1x4. Nature buggy, calm down. Alright. And I got a couple 2x4s and all that. So I just ended up cutting those down to an approximate size that I thought I would. I mainly took the idea of, all right, the slats are this long, we're not gonna touch that, because I had originally already screwed that together. So it was this long. That's what we're sticking with. And I figured, you know, that's a decent size. That's approximately 3 foot 5 inches, so 41 inches, right? Hold up, let me measure quick. Still got my tape measure here. I'm challenged, so you gotta give me a second here. All right, what did we decide? 3.5. So yeah, 41 inches. And so we got 41 inches across, and I think we decided on 25 to the back. What do we get? So that's screws out of the way. They're kind of screwing us up. Screws. From there, I've got 21 inches from here. 26. So there's that, which is nice. But like I said, and I think it's, you know what, I should really invest in a new tape, because this one hurts every time I try to open it. And the table itself is 3 foot 3 inches tall. So, I mean, it's just practically right to my waist. And it is actually the same height as my dad's. I didn't know that when I first did that, because originally I just had those 4 legs. I'm like, oh, where would be a good place to cut it? So I kind of stood next to one of them, and just because they were still coupled together, and so I stood next to one of them and just kind of marked it real quick, and it came out, this high. That's just about a perfect spot. Yes, it's hot here. It's hot in Iowa right now. But that came out to just about the perfect spot. So I measured it and marked it, blah, blah, blah. And when I was asking my dad, approximately how tall is your table, so I can kind of get an understanding, if I'm measuring this at the right height kind of thing. He goes, well, why don't you go measure it? So I went and I actually just took one of these legs, just took it up to it. I was like, yeah, that's actually perfect. That's actually a perfect height. And so now I've got my workbench, which I'm happy for. Now I'm trying to figure out, do I want to get another vise and put it on the corner here, which I think I do, because I want to have, I've got one vise already, but if I can find a bigger vise, then I'll use that one, because the one I've got right now is technically an anvil vise, I think it's called, and you can use it as an anvil. So, of course, metalworking, gotta have something to work off of. But if I can find a bigger anvil vise, then we're going with that one, putting the one I've already got on the table. The one I've already got, it's like 15 pounds, I think. It's not huge, but other than that, I honestly don't know. I got the little doggies over here playing with the leaves. That one's Sophie. That one's Lakota. Lakota! Yeah, you guys probably remember Lakota from Nebraska. But that one way over there, that one's Buddy. Buddy's lost quite a bit of weight. Me and Buddy have lost just about the same amount of weight since the beginning of the year. Only thing is, he has less weight in total, so his is more significant by percentage and blah, blah, blah. So, me losing 50 pounds, him losing 50 pounds, he's lost almost a third of his beginning weight. I've only lost about a fifth. Oh well. So, there's that. Yeah, just a lot of catching up right now. If you guys got any questions, let me know down in the comments. I'm probably going to go ahead and try to drill out these holes quick, trying to think of how many I need. How many screwdrivers am I going to have? Theoretically, I should have a couple for Torx, a couple for nut drivers. Oh, for nut drivers, I'd probably need a bigger one. I've got bigger ones in my toolbox. I could also use eye bolts. Just screw those into the side. And those would be good for nut drivers. We're thinking. I never put a screw into the top of this. Why did I never do that? Alright. Sit idly by while yo man here puts another screw in the top. Because for reasons, he's a dummy. Either side, I didn't pull one on. Like I got. Yeah, my battery's almost dead. But either side, I had 3 of them. Not 4. Almost everywhere else, I've been trying to go with, 4 if I could. Even right here. They're kind of mixed match pattern because I'm trying to avoid some crisscrossing bolts and or screws technically. These ones were, like I said, it's kind of goobered up, but like I said, I only had a handsaw, This is my first workbench ever. And my tape measure sucks. It only goes to 8ths, not 16ths. Which kind of threw me off. But, so there's that. Fix that. Awesome. Awesome. Might have to hold off on... If my battery's dying, might have to hold off on putting holes in there. Other than that, me and the Grim Shadow, praise be to him for he is grim. That was something he started, by the way. Just throwing that out there. If he watches, Grim, I appreciate you, but that you brought that on yourself. Where was I going? Okay, yeah, me and Grim and his buddy, I can't remember his name right off. We'll just call him Joe or Kyle. Let's go with Kyle. I like Kyle better. Kyle's a more fun name. So, his buddy Kyle, we're all playing Minecraft, and hopefully, if I can get an Xbox One, which isn't looking promising right now, I'm trying to get everything together so I can be able to go to Nebraska in November, which is about 2 months away. And my dog is eating sticks. He's a very... He's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. Anyways, so might be trying to get an Xbox One sometime soon. Might also be trying to get like a gaming computer, because PC would also be acceptable on the Xbox. So if I... Darn nature buggies, I tell ya. But, or I can play with my friend, Wolf Maiden, on PlayStation, and... I wonder if she plays Ark. I can never remember if she plays Ark. I've been wanting to get into Ark. Let's move some stuff. I kind of want to sit down, but I don't want to sit on a bunch of screws and a drill bit. So, let's hope it holds my weight. Hey, it does. Awesome. So, with that, yeah. Put in the comments, Xbox, PlayStation, or just get a computer and tell them both to. Other than that, I don't know what else. Yeah, just, I got a new phone, so if I re-download Minecraft onto this, I might be able to do game recording. I think that's in the settings of this. So I might be able to do some more videos for YouTube for you guys on my phone, which would be interesting. That'd be very interesting. I don't know if it would record voice. If it does, that'd be awesome. If it records my face, that'd be awesome too. Although you guys probably don't want to see all this. That's why hat and sunglasses, so I don't break the camera too badly, you know. And also gotta support. Come on, Dodge lovers out there. You gotta know it's true. Oh, I got 2 new hats. I love them. One is Superman. That one's kind of Second one, well, actually the primary one that I picked up is Aquaman. For those of you out there who don't like Aquaman, you just don't know him. Alright, and I think Buddy might be rolling around in a bunch of poopy. He might be rolling around in a bunch of poopy. That dog's no brighter than mine. But those of you who don't know about Aquaman can't sit there and say Aquaman sucks, he's got the same powers as SpongeBob. No, he doesn't. Okay? Aquaman is BA. Stronger than Superman, smarter than Batman, this, that, and the other. I mean, he is just all around way cooler. Say what you want. Everybody's allowed to their own opinion, even if yours is wrong. You're allowed to it. But I'm just saying, y'all gotta do some research on Aquaman because he is the bestest. I was talking to a girl, but we went our separate ways because she just... As y'all know, I'm a Christian. Alright. I try to live my life by the Bible. Again, you're allowed to your own opinion. I'm allowed to mine. That's what I'm serious on, I'm not going to sit here and say, your opinion's wrong, blah, blah, blah. No. I'm not going to knock your guys' religion. This is my religion. This is what I believe wholeheartedly. Alright. And she was atheist, and we talked a little bit. And, she didn't have a bad personality. But when it comes down to it, I just can't see myself long term with somebody I wouldn't even be able to talk to in that category. I've had some friends that they were atheists and all that. And, we talked a little bit, whatever. But, I knew it would never develop any further. But, they understood my religion, and there was points where, some of them were like, hey, tell me more. And so I used to carry a Bible around in my backpack, and, that's when I was in school. I used to carry a Bible around with me in my backpack, and, people would say, oh, tell me more, whatever. And so I'd just hand them the Bible and say, a lot of Bibles come with concordances. You can just look it up, whatever you're feeling, you're feeling depressed, look it up, see what else is said. There are theories out there that suggest that sorry about that. There are theories out there that suggest that Paul, Saul to Paul, he suffered from depression. Take this thorn from my side, not by my will, but by yours. And that is, there are ideas out there that, his sight was fading, this stuff like that. And, all of these could be true. No one knows for sure. But, there are words in there that believes many Bible scholars to believe that, he may have been suffering with depression. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. When I try to, make jokes and, have a fun time on here, it's because I suffer from depression. Alright, there's no way around it, I deal with it. And I try to make others laugh. Because just as Robin Williams, he suffered from depression. He tried to make others laugh to hide his own depression, Don't let the outside world see, Make them laugh, keep them going. Even if inside you're breaking down, whatever. Keep them going. Keep them happy. And that's really the best way to be. And so that's why I try to live my life that way. And, a lot of people don't even know that I deal with depression. But, like I said, a lot of them, they dealt with depression and stuff. And so I just, hand them the Bible and be like, hey, if you're feeling this way, check this out, learn, I didn't say learn. Learn in that context sounds kind of rude. I didn't just be like, hey, learn this. No, I be like, there might be something in there for you. If not, no harm, no foul. Maybe you find something else in there that's for you. If not, whatever. If all it is to you is just a book, then, it's still worth a read. All books are still worth a read. But, I think that's about all I got time for today. I don't want to run over 30 minutes too much, so just be good to one another and have a great day. Peace out!